Patchett. My name is Tanya. I'm going to be your nurse today. The doctor ordered a Foley insertion because you're retaining urine. Earlier when we did the bladder scan, you had over 500 ml of urine that you're retaining, and now we did 2 straight casts and you're still not urinating. So we're going to insert a Foley catheter. So I'm going to verify your name. What's your name? Mr. William Patchett. And how old are you? 74. Okay, do you know where you are? You're in the hospital? Okay, very good. So let me go ahead and put on some gloves. And first things first, we're going to provide peri-care. Okay, that way not only am I going to clean him this way, but I'm also going to see what I'm working with. Okay. I'm going to provide privacy. During that time, we can go ahead and just have him covered a little bit. Okay, so I do have a nice complete tray in there, and it has everything in it. We make sure that he's not allergic to iodine or anything. And Mr. Patchett here, he doesn't have any allergies. Okay, Mr. Patchett, are you allergic to anything? No? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and unwrap everything. I also brought myself an extra set of non-latex sterile gloves just in case. Okay, I like to have my trash can over here too. I know some of you have learned to utilize your bag. However, I don't really like to use my bag for my trash. Okay, I just like to put everything into the trash in itself. Okay, so when I set up my sterile field, we'll go ahead and it's all nicely tucked in. Oh, this one here even has tape. Look at that. So we'll go away from ourselves. Okay, fanning it out, and then coming towards us. There we go. So the stuff that is on top. Okay, so this here is what we attach to the Foley then afterwards. It reads the name or room number, why we inserted the Foley catheter, the date and the time of the insertion, as well as the clinician's initial. Okay, it also has a little check mark that you need in order to insert the Foley. Reason, procedure was explained to the patient, the smallest catheter possible, that you need to wash your hands, as well as maintain aseptic technique. Of course, the Foley needs to be a sterile procedure, right? Okay, so we'll move this over here. That way we have it ready. Now we're going to get our little sterile field. Okay, so touch it the least amount possible. Shiny side goes down. We'll move it over and try to put it under him. So the best way is just lift up one of his legs on underneath, and then the same over here. Okay, so this here is just an extension of your working field. We'll put it underneath as good as any way possible. So there you go. The next thing that you see in here is your sterile gloves. We'll pick this here up and put them on the side. Okay, that is a fenestrated drape. Yes, you can go ahead and put this on him. However, we noticed that especially if you're a student, oftentimes this is when it becomes a non-sterile drape, really. So you can attempt to put it on, or you can just leave it. Okay, so as you can tell, as you spread it apart, there it is. So as I said, you can attempt to put it on. That is really all you really need to do, especially since he's a male, right? How does this provide you extra coverage? It helps with the thighs, really. Okay, all right, there you go. There it is. To move my field, if I know that he's not going to kick and do anything, you can move your field over in between his legs. To do that, you go underneath and move your whole field over. There you go. that is it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put on my sterile gloves because everything else in there is sterile and I don't want to go flipping flopping over back and forth. If I'm going to put on my sterile gloves, it tells me exactly which one is left and which one is right. I'm opening them up like that. Open up the stuff with intention. Okay, first things first. So this one here is right. There we go. And now I go inside of the cuff. There we go. And it doesn't matter on how your fingers go in there first. You will fix it as you go along. There you go. And in those cases, they're always big. Okay? All right, coming over here. So what you need to do is assemble everything. So here's your iodine solution, right? I want you to always, if you have cotton balls, fluff them apart first. Okay, otherwise they will stick together. Here we go, we fluffed them. Now you would go ahead, open the iodine and spread it all over it. Okay. So now I'm going to toss this into my trash, right? Okay, my tweezers are right here. This here is my lubricant. Open this and put it all in here. Done. This here is my solution that I need for inflating my balloon. We do not inflate the balloon as a practice anymore to see whether or not it works. Because what happens with this is we might break the balloon before we even do anything. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take the syringe and you're going to hook it up to the port so you make sure that you can inflate it. Okay, so now this is all hooked up. We're not going to ensure that the balloon inflates. However, you need to go ahead and ensure that this here is taken out of the plastic. Okay, as you can tell, this is fenestrated. Okay, so you have an easier time in ripping this all open. Okay, so let's open this all up. Make sure that the catheter does not fling out, right? So it's nice in its box. I'll put this into the trash. And remember, I put my lubricant right in here. So I'm going to make sure this is nicely lubed up. Okay, so this here is all ready to go. Okay, so the catheter is all sitting in here. Once I make a commitment on which hand is dirty, it is dirty and it cannot be undone. Alright, Mr. Paget, I'm going to grab your penis now and I'm going to clean you off, starting at the tip of your penis, going downwards. Okay, it might feel a little cold because the betadine that we use might give you the feeling of a little cold. Okay, alright, so here we go. I'm going to grab him, right, and make sure that you do have a good grab on him. If he is circumcised, it should be all out in the open. Otherwise, you have to pull back the glands and make sure that you can clean them underneath. Okay, so we're going to take the tweezers, take one cotton ball that is all soaked with betadine, start at the very tip all the way around. There you go, into the trash. Take the next one, make sure that you don't lose it, all the way on the top, and the trash. Next one, top, and the trash. And you use all of them. You don't just stop once you think that it's clean. And the trash. last one, top, and the trash. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our lubricated catheter. We're gonna lube a little bit more. All right, Mr. Paget, what you're gonna feel is I'm going to take the catheter and I'm gonna insert it into your penis, okay? It's gonna go all the way into your urethra, and I'm not gonna stop until I see urine, okay? Because you had 500 milliliters of urine in there. So here's the catheter tip. I'm gonna insert it now. All right, here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. Okay, you're gonna feel a little bit of pressure. I'm gonna insert, insert, insert. You're going to start seeing some urine coming out, okay, in your tubing. Since this is a mannequin, you're not gonna see this, unfortunately. However, in a real person, you do see that, okay? So once you see urine flashback right here in the tubing, you do advance it another inch and a half, okay? So you're at this point here. With the hand that was holding the penis, you're gonna let go and inflate your balloon with the 10 cc's, okay? Inflate it all the way. And then you go ahead and detach it. Okay. Once you've done that, you pull it back until your balloon settles. You want to do that way it is not going to cause any irritation in the bladder. It should always go back to the bladder neck, okay? So afterwards, we're going to take off our sterile gloves, put on new gloves. His bag should hang on the side of the frame of the bed, never on any movable parts of the bed, so not on anything to the other side. So right here, for example. So we provided peri-care, right? There we go. So that's how you insert the catheter. If I wanted to see it, I have to withdraw the 10 ml of sterile water that I inserted the catheter with, and just go ahead and withdraw the catheter as well. And that's how you insert a sterile catheter. Don't forget to attach your sticker that we had sitting right here. Again, your room number or patient's initials, the reason why we inserted it, date and time, as well as your initials. Why? That way everybody knows exactly when and why the Foley catheter was inserted. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please don't forget to email me